Okay, this is how it look like. So now I'm going to do decrease. I'm gonna do 3 single crochet followed by a decrease. One, 2, 3, and you do a decrease. This makes 1 set, and you're gonna do 3 sets of this. And this is the last set. And now we go to row 19. Now 19, I'm going to do single crochet in the next 2, followed by a decrease. This is 1, this is 2, and you do a decrease. This makes 1 set, and you're going to do 6 sets of this. And the last set. And before I continue, let me add some stuffing here first. Yeah, add some stuffing. I'm gonna add more later. So now the second last row, row 20, I'm going to do 1 single crochet, oops. I'm gonna do 1 single crochet followed by a 2 together, or a decrease. One single crochet and a decrease. Let's mix 1 set, and we're going to do 6 sets of this. Now the last set. Remember, it's only on the back loop. Now the last row, I'm going to do decrease all the way. You should have 6 sets of it. So you just do decrease, and you should have 6 sets of it. And before I seal it shut, I'm gonna add more stuffing. Whoops. Remember, it's only on the back loop. It's getting narrow and difficult to find the stitch, especially the back loop, because it's at the back. Sounds like a lame joke. Okay, the last set. Whoosh. Then I'm going to leave a little bit of a tail so that I can sew this hole shut. And before I do that, let me add more stuffing. I'll plumb it up. Let's see how much can go in. Okay, I think that's plumbed enough. I normally would use a tapestry needle. I just do not like to use the sharp scissors to push it in. Okay, let's see here. Feels fluffy enough. And when I seal this, it's not on the front loop, it's still on the back loop. I need that front loop. Okay, you still sew on the back loop. Oops. Just find the back loop and pull, and you just bring it around. Just make it go to all these holes. Don't bother to cover it up, because once I had fluffy yarn all over it, you won't be able to see these holes. I'm just going to put it back into the same stitch and make the yarn go through the stuffing. That's all. Kind of like lock it in. Then you just push it in. And it's done. This is the naked rabbit with no fur yet. Now look, now give me a minute, I go get the fur. Okay, now I'm gonna add this fluffy yarn. I'm gonna start with the nose here. Start from this very first stitch, this one, I guess. Wait, let me see. Oh, this one. So I'm just gonna leave a little bit of a tail. The tail, I'm gonna hide it inside later on. So Okay, before I start, I'll just show you. You see all these lines here. I'm going to do slip stitch. You know slip stitch, I mean like you go in, pull the yarn over all both this one and the fluffy yarn. So it's going to be a slip stitch all the way here. Not necessary you're going to do on every stitch. You can actually skip one. You slip stitch here, you skip one, you slip stitch here. And because this is fluffy, so even though you slip stitch into the next stitch, it won't show. So no point stitching on every single stitch. Okay, now just let me see. Okay, it's here. I'm gonna bring this tail along, and you see this. Okay, let me show you. Can you see this line here? I did one here, so I'm not going to do on the next stitch. I'm gonna jump to the next. I'm gonna skip one and jump to the next stitch. As this is the peak of it. It's kind of difficult, but once you reach here, it'll be easy. I'm gonna bring this tail along and gonna put through both. So since this is the nose, so it's okay if I bring this tail along and it's a little bit bulging. Well, that's the nose. There. I'm gonna bring this tail along. I'm gonna yarn over and do a slip stitch. Then find the next one. I'm gonna skip this one. I'm gonna do the next one. And do a slip stitch. So I find that this way it's easier to make a fluffy amigurumi rather than if I were to ask you to do 3 single crochet into the same stitch. I can't even see where's the next stitch, right? I mean, it's all fluffy. So that's why, to me, I've seen people who could, well, but that's not me. I can't, so this is the best way I can do. And when you are quite near the eyes, okay, let me get this out first and show you. This tail, I bring it around a bit. So if you do not want to bring it around anymore, you can just tuck it inside. And can you see this line here? I had stopped here. Oh, here. I had stopped here. So by right, I should continue here and go round and round, but it's very near the eye now. I just want to make sure when you reach the eye, okay, I did here. So make sure I'm gonna skip this view here. Just do here. So now I still need to do one row because it's not very near the eye yet. It's just here. So I'm gonna do one more row until I come back here. Once I reach here, you can get what I mean. This line will obviously comes up here. It will lead to this eye, and you cannot just go across it. So from here, you just skip it from here. Maybe you should stop here depending how fluffy your yarn is, and then jump it over to here. So you do slip stitch here, all the way here, here, here. You jump over to this side, and then you do slip stitch here, until the other eye, then you jump here. Means we're gonna skip this and slip stitch all the way until you come back here. And remember, this part we skip, it's kind of empty. So here, this part here, the forehead, you can just do slip stitch here, 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 and then come back here, and then go up again, and then come back. So that the fluffy yarn is like going all around the eye. See, hopefully you can still see the eye, because once the fluffiness cover it, the eye is kind of small. So now I am just going to go down here. I'll come back to you once I reach this eye. Okay, I've reached the side of the eye. I've reached the side of the eye, so now I'm gonna jump to the top row instead of coming this way, because this one is taking up the space for this line. So I'm just gonna jump up here and do a slip stitch. Is it close enough? Let me see. Oh, should I do the one next to the eye? I'm not sure if I can do that. Ooh. Okay, just next to the eye. Then I turn my work and go back this way. So you just follow this line. Just skip one stitch and just follow that line and do a slip stitch. So I have reached the other eye. Go as close as I can. Okay, maybe I'll do the one here. Then I will go to the one just next to the eye. The stitch just next to the eye. And you see this part is empty. So I'm going to go up here. From here, here, and then go up. So it's gonna look like this. See, you can still see the eye, but cover up most of it. You're gonna hold this down to see that line. And see this line here? So I should reach the other eye. So the eye, oops, oh my goodness. So the eyes is kind of big. So I reach the eyes again. So try and go to as near as possible. And then turn back. Okay, you see that? And this part here, you just fluff it up. I hope it looks more like a rabbit now. You're gonna work on this fluffy because when you see, when you do a single crochet, part of the fluffy will be like in between, so you have to work on it, and it will pop up. So now I'm going to go one row again until here. Once I reach here, I'll show you what I'm gonna do on the top here. There is no fixed rule to this. It's up to your discretion how you want how you want it to go. So now I've reached the top here. I'm not going to go through and fro at the bottom. I am going to fill up this top part here. So before I do that, let me fill up the eyes here first. Let's see, you can still see the eyes. So from here, jump over to the top, the front part here. And there's one more in front. I will try and cover up as much as I can so that, oh, look at that. Oh, okay, you can still see the lovely eyes. Hope you can see what I just did. From here, I went around the eye, so I went up. Now I'm going to go zigzag this way. So there's no fixed route to this. If you feel like you want to do this way, you can. I'm going this way. Doesn't really matter. So long you have all this covered and you do not need to cut the yarn. My concern. I don't have to cut the yarn. Okay, here. And then the one at the back. And one more somewhere quite near the ear. And again, we'll have to go down this time. Go down this way. Oh no, let me see. I'm supposed to go this way because I need to come back. So this is a time when you don't need to. You just take a look and see if this is just nice. You see there's a spot there. Okay, I will fill that up. Fill this spot up. Then turn the work and make it go to the back. There. You can still see both the eyes. And one more here around the eye. Here, this stitch here. It's kind of tight because it's very near the eye. So now I'm going to go this way. And not to mention the ear, I would have to go up the ear. So now I'm going to go as close as I can to the ear. And one thing for sure, this is just one take. If you find that you did something wrong and you want to redo, it won't be a good thing. Because once I pull too much on this, you have holes and all that you can see. Okay, now for the ear, I'm just going to fill up the part here and leave the pink color here. Okay, So can you see this V shape here on the ear? Just take the back loop and do a slip stitch. You can just skip one and go to the next one. You don't have to do every single stitch, unless here, if it's like the turning, it's kind of far, then you do every single one. Only on the back loop. And once you reach here, you can skip. Then I'm gonna fill up this part here. Okay, let's see. Yes, the ear, you can still see the pink part, the inner ear. So now let's do the, let me see. Yeah, I think I should do only on the inside. Okay, let me redo that on the ear because it covers too much of the pink part. Now when you are removing this, be careful. Be careful because you might not know where is the next stitch. Okay, I'm going to do here instead. Just do it on the back. Just the back of the ear. Like all this stitch, whichever you can grab, and hopefully will not show in the front, and you just stick that. Just fill up the back of the ear and leave the front like this. Let's see if I need to do 2 rows of this. Maybe I should come here, do 1 here. The ear won't be easy because there's no front loop, back loop thing. Just find any stitch that you can poke your hook through. Now that's better. Can you see? So now the back is filled with fluffy, but not the front. The inner ear, I still want to see that pink part. Let me see. Just simply any hole that I can find. Because at the base here it's single crochet and slip stitch, remember? So it's kind of difficult. Okay, I found a spot. Okay, now let's see. There. You fluff it up like this. Then the front, you can see the inner ear like this. And here, you just cover it up. Because we did this way, so if you were to hold it like that, you can see the ear, right? So just cover it up. there. And now to do the other ear, and after this ear I'm just going to go round and round and round in the whole body. Oh. Okay, now it looks like a bunny. So I'll come back to you once I have it all covered in fur. Okay, we come to the end here, the last stage. So I'll just cut this. Oops, oh my goodness, sorry. I'm gonna cut this, pull, make it into a knot, then just hide it inside. I still find that this is a bit, I wanted it to be more round. It's kind of oval. Maybe because I guess it's on the back loop. If you do only on the back loop or the front loop, it gets slightly longer than it's supposed to. Okay, I learned my lesson. Now it looks more like a bunny and a little bit like a mouse. So I'm not gonna make any legs or tail, just leave it lying around like this. That's kind of cute. So thank you for watching. Hope you like this pattern. I have more other stuff to come in the future, so do stay tuned and look forward to seeing you in my next post.